Ryan Garcia not having to cut the last 3 pounds is the reason why he won the fight. He cheated his way to victory. This is what all the Devin Haney fan base is saying, and this is what Bill Haney alluded to. Is this true or it is false? We're going to talk about all of it in this video, but before we do, make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's cook. Let's talk about it. The new narrative is that Ryan Garcia won the fight against Devin Haney is because of the 3 pounds. We all know that Ryan did not make weight. He came in 3 pounds over, and he did not attempt to make the weight. You know, usually I believe you have 2 hours to get the extra pounds off, and he just said, you know, F it. He lost $1.5 million and paid it up to Devin Haney because he didn't make weight. All of the Devin Haney fans, that's the narrative that they're running with. If Ryan Garcia had to cut the last 3 pounds, then they would have been on the even playing field and the fight would have been much different. The 3-pound weight advantage that Ryan Garcia didn't have to cut, it made the difference in the fight. Now, I knew this was going to be the narrative. When I woke up on Monday morning, I'm watching The Boxing Voice, and my partner Danny came on there, and you know he's very close to Devin Haney. When Danny said this, right, and he kept stressing it, I said Danny just gave the Devin Haney fanatics a narrative to run with. Danny says, well, he wasn't saying it's the weight advantage inside the ring. He says the advantage came when Devin Haney had to kill himself to cut the 3 extra pounds, and Ryan Garcia didn't have to cut the 3 extra pounds. So he was able to make the weight more comfortably. And when I heard Danny say that, I said he's very, very smart. He's a genius. He just gave Devin Haney's fan base something to run off of, a great narrative to argue, because it's a great narrative to argue if you really don't know the ins and the outs and the outs and the ins. But before that, they said the weight wasn't gonna matter. If Ryan Garcia is a C-level mediocre fighter at best, you should have been able to beat him whether he cut 3 pounds or not. Y'all was running around talking about we don't give a damn what he weighed. Also, let's get into Ryan Garcia not having to cut that last 3 pounds. Now, I'm an advocate of you are supposed to make weight, and if you don't make weight, you're unprofessional. Because whatever weight you sign up for on that contract, you should have to do the same thing that your opponent does to get down to the weight. And Ryan Garcia did not do that, so I wasn't feeling that. But he did pay a huge price for it because he paid the $1.5 million. Devin and his team, they was cool with that. They wasn't worried about it. Devin Haney's fans, they wasn't worried about it. They were saying Devin was still going to go out there and knock him out. Also, they said that Ryan was able to cut weight and make the weight comfortably. That's a lie. Because like I said, I found out behind the scenes that Ryan Garcia was weighing 15 pounds the night before the weigh-in. Less than 24 hours before the weigh-in, Ryan was 15 pounds over the fight weight. So that means that Ryan had to cut 12 pounds to even get to 143. Ain't nothing comfortable about having to cut 12 pounds in less than 24 hours. And the only way that Ryan Garcia would have an advantage when fight night starts is if Devin Haney did not come in the ring fully hydrated and he was still feeling the effects of having to cut the weight. So are y'all saying that Devin was still feeling the effects of his weight cut? Because Devin looked like he was healthy to me. He looked like he was 100% to me. From the time he weighed in that morning on Friday to the time they got to the ring, it was like a 38-hour time span in between. So I'm asking, are y'all saying that Devin Haney was still feeling the effects of the weight cut and he came to the ring and he wasn't fully 100% healthy? And that's what affected him because he was still weight drained? Because if that's not the case, The 3 pounds weight cut had nothing to do with it. So what y'all saying? I'm helping y'all out if y'all want to add to y'all narrative, because now y'all can go and say, well, Devin Haney wasn't all the way healthy. He was still feeling the effects of the weight cut. Because if he was all the way healthy, that means that Ryan Garcia was healthy and Devin was healthy and they was on the even playing field. So talk to me. What is we talking about right now? See, y'all trying to dig for excuses, and it had nothing to do with the weight if neither fighter was weight trained. First off, Ryan Garcia, his conditioning wasn't even on point because he was drinking. That man said he drank the night of the fight. He was partying the whole week of the event. He was partying throughout the training camp. Yeah, he was training, but he was doing a whole bunch of extra shit in between. So I'm saying, imagine if Ryan Garcia cut all that out and he actually had took the training camp and the fight serious like he should have. How bad would it have been then? Now, Ryan doing all of that extracurricular shit, that was probably a reason he couldn't make 140 pounds. But see, what we not gonna do is we not gonna say it don't matter about the weight, we still gonna knock him out and all that shit y'all was talking, and then come back when he get his ass whooped and then make the weight an excuse, and then when that don't slide, then you change it into the weight cut. The reason why Devin Haney lost is the fact that I've been saying since 2021 when I studied Devin Haney way back then, is that Devin Haney has defensive flaws. Devin Haney leaves himself wide open. When you're able to close the distance on Devin Haney and let your hands go, he's wide open. The reason why nobody else was able to expose it like Ryan did is because nobody else had the size, the length, and the power of Ryan Garcia. Lomachenko, he had the skills, but he was too small. And a lot of people think Lomachenko won that fight. I don't think Lomachenko won, but a lot of people gave that fight to Lomachenko. But Lomachenko didn't have the size and the power to affect Devin Haney like Ryan did. Regis Prograis was too small. His arms was too short. Feet was too slow, and he's not athletic. So Devin was able to stay on the outside, use his length, use his jab, and outbox Regis Prograis without ever getting touched because he stayed on the outside. He couldn't do that against Ryan Garcia because Ryan is just as long as him, just as big as him, and he can close the distance much easier than fighters like Regis Prograis that's way smaller, or fighters like Vasyl Lomachenko that's way older and smaller also. He met his match. He went in there with somebody that had the attributes to expose the biggest flaw that he has, and that's his defense. And when you get hit by somebody like Ryan Garcia, it don't matter if you got a chin or not, he's gonna hurt you. And that's just what it is. So y'all searching for excuses, get a man his credit, admit that Devin Haney has things that he needs to work on. Like I said, the main thing is his defense, and he can get better. You know what I'm saying? He can get better. Stop crying and trying to make excuses. He lost. He would have lost much worse if Ryan had been in the shape that he should have been in a fight of this magnitude. Anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit my like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed, and y'all already know how I do. Tego talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.
Choking on that lethal 2 miles per hour, so everybody